Hello, this is a video lesson on putting it all together for your research project. So first of all, this is being done in Word because my PowerPoint was acting up. So it'll be all right. I'll post this document. So congratulations, right? This is an exciting time. You're almost finished with your project. This has been a lot of work. I know it. You've been doing a lot of research. You've written a lot. I've been really excited to see everything that you have been doing. I feel like I really know your topics well. Now we're putting it all together. You've posted in your group pages and in Turnitin your sections of your overview, review of literature, research argument, and call to action. That's all great. We got to tie it all together by putting a works cited page. So there are 5 total parts for this paper. I will be going over the one of the examples again to show you all these things again. But now we got to start putting everything together. We have a week to do this. You have feedback on every section except for the works cited from your group. You have feedback from me on your overview and your researched argument. I'm going to save the call to action for a little surprise for me, so I have something new to read. But make sure you check on your feedback. Go back into the discussion post. Go into Turnitin and review. So to get into Turnitin, all you have to do, if you just go to the research project link, right? That's not where it was. I'm sorry. I guess if you click on where you submitted the assignments, you should be able to see the feedback, right? So you go to the call to action, you click on view complete, and then it's going to take you to your page. My page is different, unfortunately, and you'll be able to view the comments. If you don't know how to do that, please let me know so I can help you see those comments. But read all of your feedback. And now, here's the great part. You get to address the feedback, not just apply the comments, but to begin looking at the questions that are being asked of you. I asked a lot of questions, so you have to be a judge. What questions do you think need answers? What questions are irrelevant that don't really focus on your main topic? You might want to consider why somebody's asking those questions. Maybe you just didn't phrase something clearly, right? So those are some of the things we have to think about. Then we get to start revising. Cut out the parts that aren't necessary, that aren't focused on your main idea. Then fill in the sections or fill them out that are weak and lacking information. You might have to do a brief bit of additional research. We've got a week. You can do that. I want you to remember your goal. You want something done about your topic. You're making an argument. What is that argument? Is it clear? Does it support your conclusion? And does it lead to your call to action? Save your changes. This is important. You might be working in several different documents. Save as you go. I don't know what's going to be the easiest thing for you, if you want to combine everything right away or if you want to make changes in individual documents, but always use the most recent versions. You want to combine them into one singular document. This is one document. It's going to be, pretty beefy. It's going to be around 10 to 12 pages, which is awesome. That's a lot of work. Create some section headings and make sure the whole paper flows. We'll talk about how we do this in just a moment. I'm not going to be too particular about how you do the headings. I want you to avoid repetition. I think in some of your arguments, you basically restated your first paragraph from your overview. Don't repeat too much, so be careful about that. Then revise and proofread. There are a lot of comments that I made, repeated comments that I was making. First is make sure you are citing your sources. Every fact, every idea has to be connected to a source. There were plenty of times when some of you did not cite any ideas, but you were mentioning ideas. We need to know where those come from. I want you to use attributive language to acknowledge your authors. Big thing about formatting. Article titles are in quotation marks, not italics. So if you're referring to an article, that article title needs to be in quotation marks. Journals, magazines, newspapers, book titles, those are all in italics. Many of you have mixed that up. Your citation should only be the author's last name. If there is no author, use the beginning of the title. The Little Seagull Handbook will show you how to do that. Punctuation comes after the citation, not before it. Many of you were doing a period before that citation. That's not correct. It gets confusing. The citation is part of your sentence. Check your Turnitin originality report. That's that little percentage matching. It's going to highlight everything. Sometimes it's going to highlight other papers that are submitted to other schools. That just means that somebody else is doing a similar topic and using similar research, which is fine. But you want to make sure that you are not cutting and pasting someone else's words into your paper and passing it off as your own writing. That is plagiarism. You can't say, well, I'm paraphrasing and use the exact same words. That's not paraphrasing. Paraphrasing means to use your own words. If it is word for word, just put it in quotes, right? That's not that hard. Then the works cited page starts on a new page. So those are the big tips. I want to go into the example again. Here we have the one of the examples. We have traditional formatting, and then this person used they centered each section, which is perfectly fine for me. You can see they go through. They're citing sources as they go along, so there's citations in the overview. Any fact, any figure needs to be cited, right? We need to know where that comes from. As we scroll through, you'll see there's a page break. Control Enter or Command Enter is going to do a page break. Then we have the next section, literature review. I don't mind if you have it bold and it's over on the left. It doesn't matter to me as long as I know what these sections are. And as we continue down, we see the researched argument and then the call to action. This one's missing. It's works cited, and that's the big problem. There's the works cited. I don't know what this is down here, call to action. So the works cited should actually go at the very end because we want to cite evidence, right? So let's go back to the assignments. I'm sorry, I should have those up. The other example, I believe I'll did the works cited the way we want it to be. But the works cited, so here this one uses actual topic heading, I'm sorry, and that's fine with me. I like it that it starts at the top of a new page instead, but here this is fine. It's a little bit harder to read, as you can see. And as we go down, the works cited should appear at the very, very end, right? So the works cited, right? This is the older version, so it talks about how that we don't do this anymore. We say accessed, but it's alphabetical order, article titles in quotation, and then where we got it is in italics. So journal, right, of housing research. So that's what we want to make sure we're doing. This entire works cited goes for the entire project, so we don't break it up. So make sure you look at these examples again. That will be very helpful. If you have questions about your project, please let me know so I can help you. Otherwise, I'll leave you to it. I know you have a lot of work, but hey, we're almost done, which is great. So you're doing fine. And again, keep in mind this information. Have a great day.